With the recent addition of operator records added to Arknights, we have unlocked a new level of lore to the characters. In this video, I will be covering the two stories you can find on Eyjafjalla's profile, Heart of a Scholar and Volcano, as she travels with operator Party to a research site to do some data analysis. I know, this sounds kinda boring, and yes, even Eyjafjalla mentions that to Party in the story. These two stories built a lot into a character that was once originally only a side character given some background and left at that. Eyjafjalla has 2 lines of actual story dialogue during the Heart of Surging Flame event. I'm really happy to see she's getting the love she deserves, but also glad that a lot of other operators are getting this too. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to me, Polarisu. So in these two stories, not much happens, honestly, but we learn a lot through the conversations that Eyjafjalla and Party have, including Eyjafjalla's condition, her real name, a better estimation on her legality, and her parents' death. Let's start with Aya's name so I can start calling her by that for the rest of the video. We see Aya being referred to as Adal in Party's flashbacks. They also reference her mother's last name, Nauman, which is later said to be Adal's surname. So Adal Nauman is Eyjafjalla's official full name. I'm not sure if she has a middle name though, probably like Volcano or something. Adal is derived from the German word for noble. Her surname, Naumann, is a reference to Heinrich Edmund Naumann, a German geologist known for his contribution to Japanese geology. So I guess she's German-ish? Now for Adal's age. This is something that has always been a huge dispute in the Arknights community, and I have always lived on the fact that we can figure out her age because she is an educated scholar, so she has to be at least 18 to enter university, right? Well, actually, in the story we learn that Adal is one of the youngest students to enter university. Being one of the few people that can understand her parents' notes and just being an overall genius, she was taken in at a young age. Party says, and I quote, "Seriously, you were still a kid," when referencing to one of Adal's expeditions 3 years ago. Now I don't know if he says that because she's grown up now, or because Party has grown to respect her and doesn't refer to her as a kid even though she's still a teenager. Though honestly, through the way she acts, Adal is clearly a mature person, whether she is an adult or not. But I think the story does suggest that she's grown up, as in the past flashbacks she is referred to as a child, but in the present they only ever say she seems young. This leaves me to believe Adal's age is somewhere between the ages of 17 to 21 at the time of the story, if not more. Now, these next few parts are quite sad, so brace yourselves. One of the main things we see a lot in these stories is Adal's struggle with neuropathy. Fun fact, Adal has the highest blood originum crystal density of all infected operators. We know that Adal's ears are giving out and that her eyes are slowly behind. But in the story, we see her struggling to walk, getting held back by wind, and just plain suffering most of the time. Though one could barely tell from the way she chooses to carry herself. Numerous times we see Adal trying her best to understand those around her, even when her hearing aid is affected by the wind. We see how she feels the difference in heat change as a boulder almost collapses on their travel guide, and she saves him before anybody else can even react. I would like to note that from her skin, we can see that Adal doesn't have any crystallization outside of her body. This is because all of her infection is internal. This is assuming the skin is present time and not past time, but either way, we have yet to see any crystallization on Adal in any official art. Just something to take note of. While I still can, while my legs can still support me, while my eyes can still see that light, the brightness of the volcanoes, I don't have nearly enough time left here. I don't have any more excuses to shy away or to keep wallowing in grief and fear. Even if cured, her body might never be the same again, as we see how weak and frail she actually is. But she will not give up what she does because of her motivation. Her parents. For Adal, fond memories are all she ever had of her parents. They taught her everything they knew, and she thought of volcanoes as behemoths that her parents fought bravely. She tells Party how after their death she was broken, sad and alone. But in the story we see her being understanding, kind to everyone. Even when she's looked down on, she's not bothered. Maybe because she couldn't hear it. I actually think she couldn't hear it. Adal feared the volcano, but when she faced it to continue her parents' work, she felt at peace. Like she was being guided by them, by the work they left behind. While their lives were complete, their work was not, and the footsteps they left pushed Adal forward. She accepts that one day she might die and leave this work unfinished too, but she wants to continue and see things through as far as she can. Now, this research is quite important as it helps people understand originum and probably helps in predicting calamities, so I say again, it's quite important stuff. Which brings up the question, could someone benefit from this research? Well, in the story, it's suggested that Adele's parents may have been killed to either stop their work or steal it. In fact, it's unclear what happens. Though it's stated twice in the story that it seems almost impossible for her mother, a great scientist, and her dad, a great arts user, to die at a volcano when they were experts in the field of volcanology. Volcano studies. Granted, that is just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for... Barty was sent to watch over Adele by a mysterious figure named Khan, who was a student of her parents. Khan may be the lost family that she needs in this world, or maybe he is the one that wants to take advantage of her research. For now, we cannot say, but what we can say is this. The magma melted away her heart, and now it's growing back. It's the purest, most resolute thing in the world. Thank you so much for making it this far. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you didn't know, Eyjafjalla will be getting a skin with the summer event on CN, so stay tuned for that. And if you would like to discuss more, my Discord is always open, and the subscribe button is friendly if you want to stick around for more Arknights content. A few of us Arknights content creators have started a channel for a collaboration event we are doing regarding some D&D experiences. So if you are interested in checking that out, I will leave the link in the description and you can go over and subscribe to the Harmicist because we will hopefully be starting soon on that. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Goodbye and good night.